So you're traveling through the Western UP and you want to see some waterfalls. Well, you're in luck because that's what I'm talking about today in this brand new series that I'm calling Go Here, Do This. And while I talk about these things, I'm going to be enjoying a West Coast IPA called First Curve from Ludington Bay Brewing. Let's get started. The first set of waterfalls is so far west that you're actually going to be in the central time zone. We're talking about the falls that lead to Black River Harbor. These falls alone are enough that you could spend your entire day just exploring these and you'd feel like you had a proper adventure.
This is the Potawatomi Falls.
Some of the falls are actually pretty close to the parking lot, so it's just a short walk down to the viewing platform. In others, you have to walk a little ways and kind of wind through the woods and go on what I would consider a decent little hike. While you're walking, you'll notice that the whole area is pretty built up with boardwalks and viewing platforms, and then others you can kind of get down to an area that's a bit more rustic. I've visited the falls in every single season, and I'd say that every season that you go to is an equal but different experience. My favorite is when you cross the suspension bridge at Black River Harbor and go to Rainbow Falls. Those falls to me are the most impressive, and they're the best walk to get there with the views of Lake Superior, the huge trees, and then the way that you approach the final falls.
That one is spectacular, and this is a pretty cool spot to see it from.
The next set of falls is on the west side of the Porcupine Mountains. These falls are part of the Presque River, or other people say Presque River, and I actually don't know what the proper way to pronounce this one is. Presque, it's up to you. No matter how you pronounce it, these falls have some impressive drops, and it's worth a few hours of your time to hike it and then properly experience the entire thing. There are a few staircases and a built-up boardwalk in one area, but it's a little bit more of a rustic hike compared to the first set of falls that we were talking about. If on this hike you're feeling like going for a swim, wait until you get out to Lake Superior. That's where you'll want to swim. This whole river system looks inviting, but it's definitely not a spot because there are dangerous spots along the way. So just a bit of a warning, wait till Lake Superior, and by the way, that's the most refreshing way to take a swim anyways. Let's take a sip for my hidden gem of the week. One of my favorite things about road trips is just the random stops. And this is a spot that I haven't been to since college and Andy's never been to, so we're walking out to Canyon Falls. I say hidden gem because Canyon Falls may look like a roadside park that you would just want to drive by, but inside of it is a small trailhead that leads to another series of falls that is an awesome spot to get out, stretch your legs, probably spend about 45 minutes enjoying it, and then get back into the car to experience more of the UP. Is this list of the waterfalls in the Western UP a complete list? No, absolutely not. I just wanted to give you a few ideas, because in fact I left out all the waterfalls to the Keweenaw, the waterfalls in the Marquette area, and that's because I want to save those for a future episode where I can talk about those areas specifically. I do want to say thanks to Ludington Bay Brewing Company for keeping us stocked up on our provisions while we explore the state of Michigan and help me bring things like this to you guys. And I felt like First Curve was the proper pairing for this one, considering that this is my first episode. I hope this helps the next time you are out exploring the great state of Michigan. And until next time, cheers.